begin the September meeting of the Board of Supervisors with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of allegiance to
the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The first order of business here on the agenda is the zoning matter, a slip call, request for a lot line adjustment. Carl, what's this?
Yeah, this is a lot line adjustment they talked about when they were here about processing, but this is that other, the other lot where farm mechanics go.
For the marijuana.
Yes, yeah, this is where they're taking that goofy dog out of the end of it and just making it look straight. Just squaring this up, taking part of lot 5 and then lot 4. Yeah, lot 1 and then lot 4. Yeah, it just makes that corner a right angle rather than the curve.
For those that were here last month, Andy Strick from Slip Call had mentioned that they might want to do a lot line adjustment of the lot where the marijuana growing facility is going to go in the tech park, and that's what that is. They're squaring it off. Any questions? Yes.
How many fans are going to live in that lot line?
How many what?
Fans, industrial.
I don't know. We haven't been given anything yet as far as designed by the engineer.
They're two different things though. It's not the process.
I know, I totally understand.
Okay.
I totally understand.
Yeah.
But my issue is, you know what my issue is, the process.
I know.
And if they're going to add more to it.
Yeah. But these are two different.
Never mind the process, but the number they have.
Yeah, those are going to be, that's going to be primarily a greenhouse, so I doubt that you're going to have the fans that you have a process. However, process would probably be adding fans. But I did talk to them about the dust, by the way, which they were supposed to have all the filters done or whatever. And you told me that the noise was okay.
Well, no, they changed the tone of the noise, but the decibels coming off their property line are still above 65.
Okay. Oh, good. But I did tell them they needed to address that when they planned this new building.
Because we talked, but
Go ahead.
because we have some issues, you know, not just with process, but even for another place in it. And like, look at process right now, okay? They have X amount of parking spots, and yet they fill those all up and bus more people in. Correct?
Yeah.
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 Okay. That violates your zoning ordinance for parking.
Their new plan includes a parking lot.
That's what we're talking about, the old plan though. Nothing was ever done about that. What's going to happen when we move forward? It's going to be the same thing over and over, Carl. Like, how much are we supposed to take?
But I think that if they don't, they're supposed to have a parking spot for each employee there. That's under the zoning permit, you know, when it was granted. And if they're busing people in, where's their parking spot?
Yeah.
Well, but
And they've been doing this for years.
Yeah, but.
I mean,
yeah,
that's
not
us. A lot of this the new project is to address the parking issue.
right, but I mean, we're kind of trying to get educated on actually what's already in place and what's being violated right now. You know what I mean? And the decibels is way over 65, you know, and that's EPA. You know, that's not just our.
Has there been a meter or a testing?
Not for new people, no.
Who did it? I mean,
And we've
I
got
know what I
those
mentioned,
great
right?
complaints.
yeah, but I don't care who did it, but was it done?
Yes.
Yeah, no. And I mean, it's way over. You know, the decibels, that's.
And there's also something about vibration.
Well, we'll have to address that when they give us their plans.
Mike, I've heard this before, and I know it's not been brought up in front of you, but it was brought up in front of other people, okay? And nothing has ever been done.
Well, I mean, this is our opportunity now to do something.
Well, that's why I'm here today, because I've been.
I wasn't aware that there was any issue at all.
Oh, God, I live a half mile away.
I
Mike,
talked to
you can hear
Mike
that
Brown
you're-
a couple times, but we I
Yeah.
met with them up there, and I thought we had the noise issue under control.
I thought that was no.
Oh, my God.
No, it's not, no.
You know, like, you know, we have it all printed out, and 65 decibels is a quiet conversation between, you know, people. I could hear that fan half a mile away, so I know for a fact that that definitely violates the permits that were probably given to these people originally.
Well,
You know, and now with this expansion, you know, if there's going to be more fans, that's gonna border my property.
well, it's going to have to be addressed.
And not just that, like, what do we consider light manufacturing, what do we consider heavy manufacturing?
I'd have to refer to
Yeah,
the
but
zoning
this is
ordinance, but I mean,
something we have to address.
Heavy manufacturing is probably something like a smelt plant,
plants,
something like that.
So, just so I get this right, the fans that they have up there now, the industrial fans, they're jet fans.
I don't know what they are.
That's not heavy industry?
I don't think, and probably what they do, it determines whether it's light or heavy manufacturing. You had a smelting plant up there.
With the equipment they use.
Yes. I think
So if a jet mill is considered heavy manufacturing.
I don't know if that would.
Well, that's what I mean, we don't know it, that's what I'd like to know. That's.
You know, there's a lot of, you know, questions that we have, because, I mean, it was, you know, published, you know, that there's a proposal for another 200,000 square foot expansion.
Right.
And that's just only part of the phase. I mean,
Right.
there's
We
another
have-
proposal for another 200,000 square
But
foot.
understand, we haven't gotten any of those plans yet. Like, there will be a land development, after the land development, there'll be a public hearing on it, so there's gonna be plenty of opportunity, because we
Right.
just haven't gotten anything yet. All we got was a drawing, like a hand drawing, and this is what it's gonna look
So I
like
mean,
from
it's
the air.
in the works.
It'll be
I mean,
reviewed
Just
by our
so our
engineer.
concerns.
Yes,
There's
absolutely. And I
issues such
did
as
talk to,
sound, they'll be addressed by the engineer.
I met with the engineers, I also met with the COO there, and told them both that these fans were a concern now, and that they had to be addressed for the future project, so they're both aware of it.
You know when they're going to get anything to us?
They're working on it now. I met with the engineer. Actually, there's gonna be a probably zoning hearing board hearing first, because they need that small variance up by the cul-de-sac, and about a 20-foot variance down by your house, around the corner of that property behind you. So, you know, yeah.
So there'll be two opportunities at the very least at a minimum. One would be before the zoning board, when they come in for the variances to hear these concerns, Mike. And the other would be for when they do their land development plan. That's a whole separate process that goes through the planning commission. And, you know, that's where their plans for the building, the use and everything else is vetted, looked at, the construction of the building and everything else. So most appropriately, that's where I think those comments would be, but, you know, any venue, you're free to bring them up at the zoning hearing too for the variance, because
And if the
And when you
variance
say
is-
variance, what do they do, come in and take land off this?
No.
no. Won't
There's
affect-
they're not even looking for a setback variance, because they're far enough away from the corner of the property, but we also require an extra buffer, and they're a few feet short on the buffer, so they're actually well off your property, it's just that they don't meet the buffer requirement.
Variance is a deviation from the strict terms of the ordinance, usually minor. But even with a variance hearing, the adjoining neighbors have to be notified, you know, you have a right to be, or it's a public meeting anyway.
And I just want to ask, that marijuana plant, that's something in addition to the expansion, the 400,000 square foot expansion that,
Yes.
Yes, it's a completely
this is in
separate
addition
building.
to that?
Yeah,
It's gonna
this
be-
is out towards the front on Commerce Boulevard.
No, it's
Oh, it's gonna be
gonna
across
be closer to you, behind concrete countertop solutions, like above concrete countertop solutions.
It's going to be on our side though?
Yes.
It's not going to be across 630?
No. No, it's gonna be, when you go up to the end of Life Science, right now you have the process on the left and concrete countertops on the right. Ahead of you, the left side is where process is gonna be, the right side is where the farm can.
So that's going to be in addition
Yes,
to that?
completely separate, yes.
Pretty much it's going to be right next to my house.
Well, it's not gonna be that big, but yeah.
And I'm just worried, like, about the noise variance, I mean, because that fan, I know it violates, like, you know, any kind of zoning permit that should have been given, because the noise is way above what it should be, way above. And now we're really concerned because, like, you know, now there's a proposed expansion, and what's gonna happen with this expansion? You know what I mean? Is this gonna be the same scenario? And the noise is unreal, it's unreal.
We'll find out when we come up with the plans.
And you'll both be notified of the variance because you're going to join your adjoining property owner. So, I mean, you can bring it up, the final plans won't be done then, so it's probably a good time to bring it up so that they have that in mind as they're moving forward towards land development. So bring it up at both hearings, you know.
And I just have this one request, I don't know if I wait till the end, but this concerns our issues that we're talking about. This here is the standard right to know request form.
You can just give that to me.
All right, I didn't know if this would be the time to give it.
I don't think
I'll just give it to you, Carl. And it just explains what we're requesting on there. I'm sure you're familiar with it. There's 3 separate requests on there.
Probably would be appropriate to have them address the existing building too as part of the process.
Right, and we, honestly, I thought we had, because I talked to you a couple of weeks ago actually about it, and you said that the noise was okay.
No.
Missed it, so I misunderstood.
Oh, I can still hear it at my house.
Yeah, I
They changed the
misunderstood.
tone, but they did not, the noise is still there.
And you know, there's all pollution coming out of that too.
I addressed with them, they were gonna change the filter noise.
Oh my God, it looks like a smokehouse, you know, when that stuff is
Well,
coming out.
it's not smoke, it's like root.
Right, but it's like,
No, it smells nice, but 20 years down the line, like.
and that's all going into the soil, you know what I mean? Like, look at San Vic Steel, how many years that took to pollute, you know, the veins, you know, underneath the ground. It took 30 years. But like this here, you know, it's only there like a short period of time. But, you know, 20 years from now, blowing that stuff out of that pan, going into the soil, you know what I mean? Like, who knows what that's, you know, what that's gonna cause? It is pollution coming right out of there. All you have to do is go up and look. You guys should really get more involved.
When they're done.
This is our community.
When they're done blowing it, what the fields look like, you know, it looks like somebody colored your face, you know, it's all.
It's all on top of the, it's all on top of the property. And I mean, every day.
And not their
every day.
property, our property.
And I mean, that's going into the soil. It's gonna go into our, you know, water supply. You know, we all get water from there. So I mean, that's really an issue. I mean, I'm worried about it.
If you want to take a look at the map, you can see where the lot is for the marijuana growing facility. You can take a back look at it.
You want to? Is that it? Maybe I don't know, he might have a smaller version of it.
Okay. Well, if you want to take a look at it, it's outlined on here.
There's my house. It comes out every day. It's all over the land. You can see it. And that's every day. And nobody monitors it. Nobody, you know, comes up and tests anything. You know, it's going to be another San Vic Steel deal. 30 years from now. Maybe it won't, you know, but I just don't think it's good. It's not good for the environment. It really isn't. I know I get my sewer tested, you know what I mean? I have to make sure that it's functioning properly, that I'm not polluting, you know, our soil. I mean, we all abide by the rules, you know what I mean? We all have our septics tested and everything, and then these people are just blowing pollution right out of the pan. You know, I don't understand it.
Carl, is that all under the zone?
Yes.
I forgot to mention, when we started the meeting, that we were a little late because we had an executive session. We had a personnel issue regarding an employee we had to discuss. and that's why we didn't start, so. Caitlin, does not look like she's here from the county. Did she leave anything for us?
No.
Okay. Is there any public comment on agenda items first? Anything that's on our agenda tonight? Rose?
On the PP&L bill for $11,894, now I looked at the bill, and it says that extending a line. Where was that line extended? I couldn't find the location on there. And we had to pay $11,000, almost $12,000.
Hasn't been done yet, it's extended, the power on the salt shed.
We have to run power down to the new salt shed in the tech park land that we purchased where we're building the salt shed. We're going to move the salt shed that's up there on 632 and the cinder pile and all that's coming out of there. And it's going to go down in the new salt cinder facility down on the acreage. But we need power back in there for lights and anything else. So we need to run the power down there.
So I see that the salt shed, Friday, there was a permit finally issued for it. Was it
The salt
started?
shed has been started. The footers are poured. They were poured yesterday. So it's on the way, and we should have it finished for the fall. And we can move our cinders and everything from up to the tech park down there before winter. And last year we had an issue with the cinders we were using because of all the rain we had, and it was freezing, and the road crew had a difficult time getting cinders because they were freezing up. Now everything is going to be under a roof, not just the salt, but cinders, so we shouldn't have any issue with making sure that we had enough cinders when we have ice conditions on the road.
Okay, I had some questions on the zoning permit log. NSFD for type.
Single family dwelling.
Okay, now under Wanook, Crooked Pine, so the project value is $240 and the permit fee is $1,025?
Obviously, it was 240,000, Rose.
Pardon me?
Obviously, that'll be 240,000 for a new home, not
Well,
240.
I don't know that.
I must have mistyped something. but-
Well, I just wanted to check if it was, what it was.
We're just trying to increase our revenue. Anything else?
No, that's it on the
Does
agenda.
anybody else have any agenda comments? All right, we'll move on to the approval of the minutes from the August 21st meeting. Is there a motion to approve those minutes? Is there a second? All in favor? Aye. Committee reports, the police department report is attached. Road department, we do not have a report. I do know we don't have Shields Road paved yet. They have been working on that. There's some issues with permits from PennDOT on both ends. And they're being worked out at Senator Blake's office. And then I mentioned we have the salt shed. The construction's already started. We will have that ready for this winter. And we're going to move the salt and the cinders from up next to the municipal park in front. We'll get that all cleaned up. We'll have to decide what to do with that area, but I'm sure someone's going to want that for some type of field. But it'll work better once we get that cleaned up. And there'll be no more dumping and junk left around. Parks and Recreation, Bob, do you have anything?
No.
Planning Commission report is attached, and the zoning officer reports attached. Administrative reports, the secretary treasurer, financial reports are attached. Bill list is attached. Supervisor reports. Stephen, do you have anything? Bob, do you have anything? No. I don't have anything further. other than what I mentioned under the road report. This, one thing I would mention is, and it'll tie into probably Rick's report. Rick did provide us with a draft of proposed changes to the zoning ordinance, different items that we need to clean up where it's, sections are outdated, having to file Mylar maps, which they don't use anymore with the county. But there's also a section where the zoning or the subdivision ordinance will be changed, and all final approval of minor subdivisions will be returned back to the Board of Supervisors as it is right now. The Planning Commission has the final say. If it ever comes to us, we want to review it, we will have the final say, the Board of Supervisors will. So we have to take a look at this. It will be turned over to the Planning Commission for their review and recommendation. It will also be turned over to the County Planning Commission, and then we'll have a public hearing, and hopefully by the end of the year, we'll get this approved, and in the future, minor subdivision proposals, but when they come to the Planning Commission, they will just make recommendations, and we will have the final approval or denial, and it will be another level of review by us. I don't have anything further. Rick, you have anything?
Yeah,
to report on?
well, you really said most of what I was going to say. If you don't mind, I would just like to give a brief summary of what's before you. So on page 1, you see all this section. Now, understand that there was some, as you indicated, some minor technical tweaks that through the years we realized, probably should be changed, things that aren't in practice anymore that aren't really necessary. But the major thrust of this is to take the approval process for both major major subdivisions, land developments, and minor subdivisions from the Planning Commission over to the Board of Supervisors. So, having said that, the Section 302s, which you see on the first page, all are for the preliminary plans for major subdivisions or land development, and you can see some of the tweaking that was done. If you flip to the second page, or the bottom of the first and onto the second, you see the Section 303s. That has to do with final plans for major subdivisions and land, or land developments, excuse me. At the bottom of page 2, you see Section 304 changes. Those are on onto the third page. Those are all minor subdivision changes. You see the thrust of, on the top of page 3, Section 304D, where we're adding what the Planning Commission shall make a recommendation in writing to the supervisors for approval or disapproval. You see the next section. This is the governing body's duties, that upon receipt of the recommendation, the governing body shall approve or disapprove. So that's the thrust of really what's going on with these changes. Down at the bottom, you see Section 305. That has to do with, there's some reporting requirements that we're strengthening and we're cleaning up. And on the last page, finally, you see Section 407, which has to do, again, with record plan reporting. And the last section, I changed the enactment from 30 to 7 days. So, and I concur with the process. I think from this point, I did this in more of a summary canned version because I think it's easier to read. You would need to have the ordinance in front, the current ordinance in front of you to compare and contrast. But what we would eventually do would be to put it in ordinance form, of course, and I can easily do that. So, of course, you have to pass it by ordinance. And I'm undecided whether it would probably be, this was to prevent us from having to carry around the entire paper copy of the ordinance as it's in its current form. I'm thinking we do it in amendment form with these changes and then do a codification where, because Carl does have, and he did provide to my office with our current ordinance on Word form, so we can go in and then reprint it. Yeah. Okay.
Very good. Andrew, any questions regarding this? Thanks, Rich.
You're welcome, thank you.
We'll move on to correspondence. Correspondence has previously been distributed to the appropriate parties.
I have what, Mike?
Yeah, okay.
It's one of the motions, get to it, has to do with the non-uniform pension plan, the MMO for that, and the MMO for police, the police. That needs to be addressed prior to the end of the month and reported back to the pension fund, so that's why it's on the agenda.
Okay. Well, that's something that's done every year.
Yes.
Okay.
We put in an estimated salary, and when we send that back, they calculate then what, based on what we think everybody's going to earn, we send back what we think they're going to earn. They send back the MMO, which is what is expected to come back to the pension.
These are the amounts that the township has to pay into the pension.
Yes.
For the police department, and then for the non-uniform, non-police employees.
Yes.
Okay. All right, we'll move on to motions. We need a motion to pay the October payroll. You make that motion? Is there a second? Yes. All in favor? Aye. We need a motion to pay the general fund and state fund bills as presented. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second? Okay, Bob seconded. All in favor? Aye. Motion to approve the financial reports as presented. I'll make that motion. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor? Aye. And we need a motion, or unless the board wants any further discussion on the Slipco lot line adjustment, a motion would be in order to approve that lot line adjustment. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor? Aye. And I'll make a motion to approve the Scott Township non-uniform pension plan minimum municipal obligation for 2015, $5,844, and the Scott Township Police pension plan minimum municipal obligation for 2019 at $18,682. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. And motion to approve the resignation of Anthony Russo II from the Scott Township Police Department effective 9/12/18.
I'll make the motion.
Okay, is there a second? All in favor? Aye. And we need a motion to advertise for sale the old 2010 Crown. Yes.
Is that going out to bid, or is there a price going to be set on
We
that?
have to accept bids on it.
So we'll need a motion to advertise for sale, requesting bids for the 2010 Ford Crown Victoria Police Vehicle. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
What we've done in the past was simultaneously put it up on an auction site. The last three projects, we got more money in the auction than we did.
Let's do that also.
We still have to advertise it.
Let's amend the motion to also put it online for auction, and we'll see what type of prices we get, or what type of offers we get. All right, is there a second? I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Last order of business is general public comment. Does anybody have anything general?
I have a question. The person isn't here to answer it. Why is there so much attention on Shields Road?
What do you mean attention?
They should be done.
Well,
They're constantly there.
uh,
I see it as personal gain.
no, I mean, if they weren't working there, they'd be working someplace else, but I
The
know
road
they.
isn't, it's like a mile long. It doesn't take that much. And the other question, I don't know if you addressed it, road crew signs
I have addressed it with the
and
road
com center
department,
being notified of road
and I
closures.
addressed that also.
Nothing like putting, safety on the side.
I know what's holding up now is the permit.
This here is from August 21st, and I read the comment. This is now September. They're still on the stinking road. Like,
Well, I know that they haven't been spending every day there. I mean,
no, when the sun's shining,
They are doing work on other roads too, so.
it just seems there's a lot of attention. And to be honest, as much as I hate the road getting paved, because they're only gonna fly
Are
even
you still in
faster.
favor of it going back to dirt?
If it slows their asses down, yeah. I mean, there are other alternatives that I can do, but that would be illegal, so I can't do it.
Okay.
I pray for potholes every year.
Yeah, I mean, I think that road was done in,
Prior to 94,
93.
1992.
93.
And what's funny is, the supervisor at the time lives on that road,
Right.
and the road got paved. Do I see personal gain? My opinion, yes. Now this individual's in charge of the road crew, lots of time being spent on Shields Road. Again, my opinion, do I see personal gain? Yes. And that side actually looks nicer than my side.
I know, I don't think anything's been done on it really for 25 years. The ditches.
Patches.
It really did need a major overhaul. The ditching, the trees.
Not that much time.
Hopefully they won't be
Come
back.
on.
They will be back for 25 years.
They've been there all summer almost. It doesn't take that long.
Okay. Anything further? Rose?
What's the status on getting signs at the pavilion in the park about no alcohol beverages?
I don't think anything's been done on it. We need to determine whether or not there's ever been any policy adopted that it's not allowed. I mean, is there something in writing? Is there a motion passed? I don't know. So before we would even do that, I think we need to find out whether or not a decision's been made on whether it can or can't be there.
Well, because you have to consider the liability factor. Does the road crew get a lunch break?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, because it's not reflected on their timesheets.
I know they get a half hour.
And that wage tax issue between the township and the school, is that still just out floating in the
It's
air?
technically open, but we haven't heard anything from that since I've been back on the board. So I don't know what the status of it is. Anything further?
Yeah, the CDBG money, we're getting, what is it, 79,000?
For this year?
No, it's for next year, isn't it?
Or I'm the current, yeah.
Is that what it is, 79?
I don't remember what the exact number is, but it's around 100 after the county takes its percentage for administrative costs because they handle the grant from the state. I thought somebody would be here from TVA to talk about the status.
They dropped off some preliminary plans for it. They were just not clear on where we wanted the entrance and whatever, so I talked to them before we're gonna rework it.
Anything further? Rose, do you have anything further?
No, that's it, thanks.
Sir, can you give us your name for the secretary?
Brian Grisell.
Okay.
Mike, I reported a tree from Township property falling in my yard on June 21st. Carl knew about it, Stanley Strahan knew about it. Stanley Strahan came to my property, looked at the tree. It's probably 80 feet long.
Okay.
He said, well, we'll have to see whose property it's on. The sewer authority's property or the water company's property. I don't give a shit whose property it's on. It's been there since June. I cut most of it out of my grass so I can cut it. But no one else cares. And I know you know about it,
Yeah,
but it's the township's property.
it's not, but it's legal.
You own the property, you rent it out, you have a renter.
Right?
So don't you think you should go after your renter? Why, Mike, why?
Because we have an exclusive, they have exclusive.
How does that help me?
property.
How does that help me as a township
Have you been to,
member?
have you been to the sewer authority?
Excuse me?
Have you been to the sewer authority? Did you bring it up to their attention?
Absolutely.
And they didn't do anything?
Nothing that, June 21st, Mike,
Did they make a decision? I mean, did they
Mike,
ever get back to
nobody
you?
talks.
Did they tell you it's the water company or our responsibility?
Mike, no one told me anything.
Well, we'll look into it and see.
Well, I mean, that's
they
what you're up
decide.
there for, right?
Well, I'm
For
not
the
on the sewer
township?
authority. I'm not on the sewer authority anymore. It's up to them. We will ask
But it's
them.
your property, it's township
It's
property.
leased.
It doesn't matter, you still own it.
It's leased. They have
They're
exclusive
your
possession of
renters.
it.
You should look into it for me.
I said.
That's why you're sitting up there.
We will
For
look
now.
into it for 6 years.
Yep.
So we will look at, I'll follow up and we'll see what they decide.
We'll see how far it goes.
Whether or not it's.
Because I've been looking at it since June. It's too big to move.
Let me find out what they decided, whether it's the water company. or-
So then what, do I go after the water company? You think that's my job to do that?
I talked to the water company already. They went up and looked at it.
Okay. So it's on. All right, well, we'll talk with the sewer authority.
Because June, July, August. Because I know if it was on your property, it would be there.
I'd have it cut myself, but that's just me.
Well, I can get it taken care of and send you the bill.
All right.
And another thing, your road crew,
Yes.
so much time up on these other roads. How about the roads in front of, come right up this hill where the sewer authority comes running up there? Potholes galore, none of them taken care of. I have one coming right out of Strawberry Lane.
Well,
They drive up there every day.
We've had a lot of rain this year. The roads are in good shape compared to other municipalities that are dirt, that didn't have the.
That's your
weather.
personal opinion.
And it's correct.
I don't think it is.
Shields Road.
I don't think it's correct.
Drive Nowitzki Road.
Drive
That's
some of the
a
road.
different issue.
You spend this much time on one road, Mike.
Well, do you want us to do a crappy job on all the roads, or do you want us to focus and do a good job on certain roads?
On certain roads, exactly, Mike.
This road is not bad. I just came down.
Wait, come out of Strawberry Lane.
It's a dirt road.
Come out of Strawberry Lane.
It's a dirt road. There may be a few potholes on it, but it's a dirt road.
It's Strawberry Lane, come out of it, Mike. They're just, and if I
I
went over and
down
I
there
went over and
here.
got mills for it a couple of years back, and I almost got arrested for taking the mills.
I just drove down it. It's not that bad. There are a few potholes, but it's a dirt road.
So that's,
Anything else? Yes.
I just need a clarification to see if I have this correct. Sewer authority is a separate entity.
Correct.
Correct? Who appoints individuals for the board for the sewer?
Supervisor.
Supervisors. But the sewer authority doesn't answer to anybody?
No. They're a separate governmental entity.
But supervisors appoint them.
That's all we do.
I'm sorry, but that's cool.
I mean, that's
I just
law.
need a
I
clarification.
mean, Rick, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's our only role, the appointment of the authority members.
They're autonomous from us, and they have their own board, as you know, their own solicitor, and they have the right to sue, be sued, own their own property, lease their own
I
property.
just find it strange where
so they answer,
supervisors appoint.
I get it.
they answer to no
Most people
one?
think it's the same as the township.
No, I get
But
that,
they don't
but
answer to
everyone
people's
should have
stuff,
someone
don't
to
they?
answer to.
Ultimately, they would, but, I mean, I don't believe there's any procedure to remove somebody from the authority unless they're not participating in coming to meetings. Anything else?
I just have a question.
Yes.
Would I be able to show this to Carl a second? This gentleman back here just brought this up, and it looks like it's the map of the proposed expansion, and maybe you could help me with this. I do better with pictures. Is this the area that the proposal is supposed to?
I haven't looked at it.
I do better with stuff like this. I just wanted to get an idea of.
I'll show you exactly.
Are you sure? Okay. See, this, I don't know if you guys, I do better with colors. This is the expansion.
Okay.
I think this is where they're planning expanding the next phase.
Right.
I'm just wondering, I know they have like the power line going across the easement and stuff, but is there going to be an actual building on this, or is this going to be a building in a parking lot?
I think there's 2 phases.
Like, did they submit any kind of plans
No,
like this yet?
you haven't received it.
Okay, so.
No, nothing.
Nothing like that, so we
No.
can't even determine what's
haven't
gonna
gotten
go where?
anything.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
what I was explaining to Mike is that very process where they would, the land development primarily would explain exactly what they're going to do, where they're going to do it, how they're going to do it. That's what I was getting at.
But this would be kind of the area though that we're talking about.
No, I don't know what that is. What picture of it? And you may
This
recognize
gentleman
it.
back here had brought it up.
Oh.
That was from the last
This
meeting.
is different. This is the map. I can
See,
tell you.
this is the area, I
Yes,
think, that
the
he's
the
talking
area
about
in
here.
red, well, yeah, but I can't attest that that's the same.
Right.
This, I will tell you, this is exactly where it's going. See, here's the existing plan, and they're purchasing this, and their plan is to make this all one and build phase one would be like right here, phase two will be over there.
I can see,
So that's that lot.
this is the bigger picture of it, no?
I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, okay, because you can see the cutout.
Yes,
You know what
it
I-
appears to be,
Mhm. This
but
is
this I can attest is where they're going. And Pharmacon is going right here.
That's the marijuana plant.
Yes.
Right? And then this is the other phase of this.
Yes. Well, it'll be both phases. Their plan is to do phase one and phase two. Both of them are going within this red area.
It's 2 and 2, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
And will there be a parking lot, buildings?
Oh, yes, absolutely. There has to be. That's
You don't know
required
where
by
it's
the
all-
ordinance. No, we don't know
Looks
anything.
like this is the easement here, so
That's the power line.
nothing, I think, what do
That's
they have,
probably where
150 on each,
that's probably
75 on each side?
That's probably where the parking lot will eventually go.
It is.
Lines that you
Now that I'm
can't build
thinking
on.
about it, it's good. They can't build in that area, the power line, so the parking's gonna be back there. Has to be.
Yeah, because that power line kind of cuts everything in half, I know, because I live on property with a power
And
line.
I know usually under an easement for power line, you can't build anything.
No.
You could do a
Can't
parking
do
lot
anything.
for cars there, but you can't construct it.
Okay, that's, I didn't mean to have you
And
to go
I
get that.
only know what I just told you, because we don't have any plans yet, based on the presentations that I sat through when they requested the extension of their KOZ. Both here at the school board, but that's all I know that, but there's no
So
specifics.
it's very preliminary, everything is.
Yes.
But has this been granted to them, this property?
No, they didn't purchase it yet. Slipco still owns the land. Slipco owns what the unused, unpurchased portions of that park. Slipco plans to sell them the land. The first stage was for Slipco to come in and request a lot line adjustment, which is what the board of supervisors approved tonight. That was a requirement that Slipco had to do for these people to buy it. They wanted to square up. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of farm again.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, that's-
this, they haven't submitted anything. I apologize.
Okay,
The
you're
guys
talking about
confused
this
from
one,
my
yeah,
estimate.
okay.
What I understand Carl explained is that they are going to need a few minor variances from what we understand, but yet they don't need, all they need is land development plan because their proposed use already matches the zoning designation for that park, from what we
Zoning
can see.
designation.
Yes. Yeah, for the use that they propose.
Their use is the same, their use isn't changing. There's phase one. There's phase two.
Can you get those over?
Yeah, sure.
So, has no permits have been granted or anything?
This is what was given to during the presentation.
All I have. That's it.
So nobody gave any permits or anything, nobody granted
No,
anything?
No.
Okay.
No,
I
we're a
just
long
wanted
way
to-
away from that.
Yeah,
They
okay.
have-
I mean, there hasn't even been an application to
Okay.
get the permit.
All right,
I got
thank
that.
you.
You have
That's from the
everything I have now.
presentation we got.
Okay,
Some of the stuff on here I won't be able to, because I didn't get it yet, that's what I have. The old stuff I'll look at for you, but the new
All
stuff
right.
I don't have.
well, that's what we were kind of looking
Yeah.
for, you know, that third request was for the new expansion, which
Right,
is
you
very
have everything I have
preliminary.
now.
Okay.
Does anybody have anything else? All right, if there's nothing further, then a motion's in order to adjourn the meeting. Is there a motion? Second. All in favor? Aye. Thank you.